Logan, thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to talk as a part of our series called A Seat at the Table. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself to start off?
Hey, yeah, I'm Logan Thornton. I'm from Kuna, Idaho. We raise pigs here, kind of in a combo production system where we have show pigs and commercial animals. We do a lot with commercial Berkshire genetics. So we supply anywhere from show pigs all the way down to this morning I was delivering meat to restaurants in Boise. So that's kind of me, been raising pigs kind of my whole life. So my dad started our farm, so I'm second generation, and that's kind of ours. I have four kids, and yep, just loving raising pigs out here.
Awesome. How far are you from Boise?
It's only a 25-minute drive, so we're kind of out where our farm's kind of secluded, but we're close to the biggest city in our state. So it's a great location for customers and opportunities.
Absolutely. I think it's so cool when farmers get to see their product in like a restaurant.
Yeah.
So I think that is such a unique opportunity that actually most farmers don't have the opportunity to see it as much as they might have been able to in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really fun.
Awesome. So, Logan, we actually met years ago when you were National Pork Board Pig Farmer of Tomorrow. Why don't you tell us how you started to get involved with your state association as well as the national association?
Yeah, so I'll go back quite a ways. My dad actually was very involved. He was a member of the National Pork Board when I was growing up. And so kind of my biggest interest came where one time I tagged along with him to World Pork Expo when it was in Des Moines there, and it had the pig show attached to it and everything. So I kind of ran down to the pig show because I'd never seen a pig show that big. Out here we have little county shows. I mean, they're legitimate. There's numbers, but nothing like what World Pork Expo was when I got to see it back then. So that sparked my interest, always seeing that combination of World Pork Expo with the show and the kind of the production side of World Pork Expo. And then that led to me after college tagging along to our small but mighty, I call it, state association meeting here in Idaho. And just ever since my early 20s, I've tried to help being part of the board and doing things which led to knowing about Pig Farmers of Tomorrow. And I was excited to be on there with Maddie and Kyle to be the first three in the Pig Farmers of Tomorrow series. So they had a few more years of that after us, but we were the first and the best, I think. But ever since then, it's just been going to Pork Industry Forum has been almost an annual thing for me, being very involved and kind of helping the state here in Idaho be represented.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate the time that you spend on industry topics and conversations, and I know your input is greatly appreciated. So, just want to say thank you on behalf of
Yeah.
pork producers. You mentioned attending Pork Forum, but you also were at the National Show Pig Conference this year.
Yes.
And it's to me, it's neat to see show pig producers come together. And I know you have experience in both sides, show pig and commercial, but what was that experience like for you attending the National Show Pig Summit?
Yeah, so there's another benefit for being involved in your state association because we were at one of our meetings, this event. I had seen it kind of advertised around, but didn't know a whole lot about it. But our state contact, Bonnie, she brought it up as something that was coming up. And I asked, how can I be involved? How can I attend? And from the state side, we were able to make it possible for me to go attend and represent Idaho, kind of make contacts. And we're always looking for people to come out this way, either to be a part of our state association sponsored show or our annual meeting and those things. And because we have a lot of show pig producers and kids showing pigs out here. So, but that event was great. I mean, I haven't really been in a room like that with some of the pig breeders that I revered for a long time. Being able to sit at a dinner table with Tracy Lorenzen was an awesome opportunity for me. So those opportunities they're harder just geographically out here to be able to have that. So that was a great event to be able to go and see that put on by showpig.com, and the pork board was really fun.
Logan, it seems like you are always one to raise your hand and jump into opportunities, which I think is a huge testament to your leadership. What advice would you give other producers who are looking at doing the same thing, but maybe haven't totally jumped into taking advantage of some opportunities like you have?
Well, I think it just people need to know it doesn't take exactly a particular set of skills. You don't have to be the best communicator. You don't have to be the public speaker. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room with everything, but your voice still matters. If you're a part of this industry, if you're working every day as hard as pork producers do, we want to hear from you. No one's too small. No one's too big, even as well. I see that kind of both ways. That there's a seat for everyone. There's a voice for everyone. And just if you're out there communicating, meeting people, that you're going to be able to be heard. And it's fun. You get opportunities to go places you don't normally get to go as a pig farmer who has to be at the farm so often. So that would be kind of things I do. And I think Idaho, we're getting a lot more just the last couple years of new people kind of getting involved. So it's exciting.
Awesome. Tell me when you do travel to conferences like St. Louis, Missouri, or uh, Orlando, Florida, who's taking care of the pigs back home? How do you handle that?
Like I said, my dad kind of introduced me to this. He's here. We have a couple full-time employees, but yeah, it does take when I'm the one who mixes all the pig feed at the farm and kind of does most of the stuff day to day. It takes a lot of work beforehand to get ahead, and then when you get home, you're way behind. But that's just part of it. All pig farmers kind of know that. But it's pretty easy to say no. I mean, I do. This year, I wasn't able to attend forum just because of busy schedules, but you got to kind of pick and make it work when you can. But there's always kind of a benefit, and you got to weigh that out. But it's a lot of work, but it most of the time is definitely worth it to get out there and to get with other people, kind of going through the same things. It's fun.
And I'm guessing when you go and you meet and learn other people, you're actually able to bring that back to the farm as well. So that could be a big benefit to traveling and meeting others as well.
Yeah, and I'm also getting to the point in my fatherhood where I have a teenager and she's able to do more, which is just really great for me. So the kids help out a lot, and my wife that while I'm gone and keep things squared away for me.
Absolutely. So talk to us about those kids. I know they're probably in the show ring quite a bit. What makes you excited about raising kids in the pork industry?
I mean, for example, yesterday we were moving some show pigs out to our barn where we're going to get them ready for sale. And my daughter just really excited. She had a litter of pigs out of a gilt she showed all year last year that we bought. She helped pick out the boar. She pulled pigs out of her. She ear notched them. She cut the tails. I told her she did one too short, but that's her favorite pig. So she was just really excited to get those pigs out. And now that they're starting to look the part like her next show pig project, that was really fun seeing her sit in that pen yesterday and kind of see all that work from showing that gilt last summer and then seeing those babies and getting them ready for this next year's go. I mean, that's what it's all about. I have kids that are very involved. They're with me. They love coming to the restaurants to deliver pork and see our farm's logo on a package of meat is really fun. So they get to see all that and they get to be a part of it. It's awesome.
I love that. And I know you raised Berkshire, so I think that probably puts you ahead of the branding standards when it comes to serving pork in restaurants. But I want to hit on that one more time because I think that's a unique perspective that show pig producers might be looking at. What was your first step to getting your meat into restaurants?
Um, we the first thing was we had to make contact with a USDA packer. Which is very limited. We only have one kind of access to us. Idaho doesn't have a state inspection, so it all has to be USDA to be able to retail it. So that was kind of step one, getting that in. We first started where kind of a family member of mine is pretty involved in the Boise restaurant scene, and he got in contact with us and kind of hooked us up with a couple restaurants, and then another one calls, and it kind of grows from there. But really, we're still limited by the amount of pigs we can get processed locally for that. But it's definitely a big part of our business. We do online store as well, where we have people come pick up pork directly from us. And that's always fun. One thing I like about show pig producing and raising pigs like this, we see the end customer. We see the end user of our product, whether it's show pigs or whether it's the pork. And I like talking to the people, like talking to them about questions they have about how we raise pork, questions they have about our show pigs. I like to see the end user. I think a lot of people in ag, whatever industry you're involved in, we don't always see the end user. So that's fun about what I get to do every day.
Working with the end user, what is something that is surprising that they're either interested in or maybe bring a perspective that you might not have guessed being the pig farmer?
Um, I guess they're excited to know you. I guess that's a little more like I'm a fairly introverted person by nature, but they're excited to get to know where their meat comes from, and then they always want to know how they're raised. They want to know kind of you as a person, almost more importantly than their experience eating it. Obviously, that's an important part, but they like to know. Everyone kind of likes to be able to tell their friends, "I got a pork guy. Let me tell you about your pork guy," and then that's me, right? Everyone likes to have their own guy. So, and then on the flip side, with kids selling show pigs, I think they like to know you. I tell kids all the time, I'll be as involved with you in this as you want me to be. Um, and so I like getting to know the kids, like getting to know the families and helping them out wherever they can, wherever I can.
I know you said you're introverted, but you seem very social to be introverted. So I give you a lot of props. I'm
Right,
sure that is back and forth, and actually being a farmer, it probably works pretty well that you can go recharge on the farm and then interact with your customers
right.
after.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, kind of to wrap up our conversation, is there anything else that you would like to share with either a show pig kid or a producer like yourself?
I mean, I just like the community that the pork industry kind of fosters. I think it brings a lot of people together. I've met so many people just locally and within my state, and it's because I show pigs. I think it expands kind of our horizons. It expands, stretches us to be a little better, a little different, get out of our comfort zone, while also finding the people that we can relate to. So, yeah, I would just encourage people to kind of find those people that work with you and can help you grow. So, but it's fun. I love raising pigs. I hope to do it my whole life with my kids and family. So, just love it every day. Most days, I'll say that.
More good days than bad, right?
Yes,
That's
much.
cool. Well, tell us where we can find you, what your farm name is, and how we can get a hold of you.
Yeah, so we're Flying Pig Farm. So we have two Facebook pages, Flying Pig Farm Show Pigs and Flying Pig Farm Pork. And then we have a website, fpffarms.com. You can purchase, we don't really ship pork currently. There's plenty of people locally that can buy enough pork, but yeah, that's what we had. We had an online pig sale yesterday, went pretty well. So
Good.
things are starting to get busy that way, selling pigs and
Yes.
getting them all ready.
Well, thank you so much for joining us from Idaho. I know
Yep.
it is a busy season, so we appreciate you logging on, and we look forward to seeing how your students or your exhibitors, your kids continue to evolve in and outside of the show ring. So thanks for everything you do for the pork industry, and we'll be in touch.
Yeah, thanks, Lexi. It was fun.